They waited 50 years for a child, 50 years of prayers, 50 years of silence, and when the answer finally came, it didn't come the way anyone expected. For 50 years, Daniel and Miriam lived in the same small house at the edge of their town. It wasn't a poor house. It wasn't a rich one either, just quiet. Every morning, Daniel woke before sunrise, and every night Miriam slept with prayer still resting on her lips. They had been married young, full of dreams. Certain laughter would one day echo through their home. But year after year passed, no child. At first, it didn't worry them. God's time, people said. They nodded and smiled. Then after 10 years, the smiles became thinner. After 20, the questions became louder. Some people advised herbs. Some suggested rituals. Some whispered that Miriam was cursed. Daniel never listened. Not once did he raise his voice at her. Not once did he even blame her. Instead, every evening, he held her hand and prayed. Even if we never have children, he would say, "You are still enough." Still, the silence hurt. The watched friends became parents, then grandparents, then attend weddings of children who once played in their compound. Miriam buried her tears in service. She taught other people's children. She carried babies that weren't hers. She smiled at naming ceremonies while her heart quietly cracked. By the time they turned 70, people stopped asking. Hope, they assumed, had expired. But Daniel and Miriam never stopped praying. Not loudly, not angrily, just consistently. Then one afternoon, ordinary, hot, forgettable, Miriam felt something she hadn't felt in 50 years. Change. A doctor confirmed it quietly, almost afraid to say it aloud. "You are pregnant." Miriam laughed, then cried, then asked him to repeat it. Daniel sat down slowly when he heard, not because he was weak, but because the weight of 50 years suddenly lifted and crushed him at the same time. The pregnancy was difficult, very difficult. People prayed harder than ever. The town watched. When the day finally came, the room was filled with both joy and fear. Then the news came. Triplets, 3 leaves, 3 miracles. But the joy didn't last long. One didn't make it, then another. Only one child survived. A single cry filled the room. Daniel held the baby with trembling hands. Miriam stared at the tiny face, exhausted and silent. This wasn't the ending they imagined. They buried 2 dreams and carried 1 miracle home. People were confused. After 50 years, only one? Some questioned God. Some questioned faith. Some said it wasn't fair. But Daniel and Miriam said nothing. They raised that child with a depth of gratitude only waiting could teach. Every laugh mattered. Every step mattered. And every breath mattered. Years later, when asked how they survived such loss after such long waiting, Daniel said,
God didn't answer our prayer the way we imagined. He answered it the way we needed.
"Waiting does not weaken faith, it refines it." Answered prayers are not always full answers. Sometimes they come with scars, and sometimes God gives less than expected because less is what will survive. Do not measure blessings by numbers, measure them by purpose. If this story touched you, pause for a moment, reflect, pray, and remember, what you are waiting for may still come, just not in the shape you imagined. If you believe stories like this matter, like, comment, and subscribe so more people who are quietly waiting can find hope too.